I mean, creates, financial earthquakes.
Yeah, exactly.
So to take oil out of the economy, to me, I think it's a great idea, but to the financial people, they don't think that's such a great idea at all, and so...
Yeah, and I guess that kind of stuff would fall into the parameters of the stuff that they discussed in the Brookings report also, in some sense.
Probably, yeah. In a way it would, yeah.
Yeah, because that would... Yeah.
Part of the shake-up it would cause. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And do you think that this, technology, I don't know if did you mention this earlier, that this technology was originally off-planet technology, that the Nazis found a crashed disk or something like this?
Well, governments around the world have been hauling these things off periodically. There have been, according to Bob Dean, who read the NATO Shape Report back in 1960, that it said there were 6 and perhaps as many as 9 races visiting the Earth. The last count I heard a few years ago from someone in the Air Force was 63. And many of them look just like us. And they come from, these are some of the places they come from. Our future, possibly from within the Earth, probably descendants of Atlantis.
Yeah.
They come from other planets, other galaxies, other universes, and other dimensions. So many of them come here and use the Earth as a resource. They have about the same regard for us as we do for a field mouse crawling away as we chop down a tree. They don't pay any attention to us. They say, yeah, but we're here, we're human. But they don't care. That's not within their realm of interest. They come and take what they want, get what they want. Unfortunately, sometimes people are part of that, and cattle and other things. But, but the Earth is a resource to them. And we dig in the Earth to get coal and gold out of it, and metals and minerals, and they come for the water. They come for a lot of things. So, and sometimes their vehicles malfunction and down they go. The Roswell crash was actually caused by flying in front of one of the early high-powered radar dishes.
Yeah, that's one of the theories, yeah.
Yeah, I found that out from inside. It disabled the vehicle's propulsion, and it dropped like a rock, and down it came. There's no aerodynamics to the thing, so when it loses that, down it goes.
Yeah.
And, so they carted that off.
Yeah.
And there's been many incidences of these things being carted away. Right in plain view,
Yeah.
Throw them on a flatbed, and in the case of like the Kecksburg, Pennsylvania one, they haul it right through the middle of town. They didn't care what. It was never seen again.
Oh, that's crazy. And they can just, lie and slander and propagandize to the left and right afterwards, and people will not know right from wrong after that, what actually happened, it seems like.
Yeah, well, the cultures throughout the whole world are conditioning people that the first thing the average person will say when you talk like I'm talking is, you're a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
That has become a mainstream cultural thing throughout the whole planet.
Yeah.
The Belgian people, to their credit, take it seriously, and they have an entire Air Force dedicated to keeping these things out of their airspace. And they chase them off, and they get rid of them. They don't want them around. And they openly talk about it, that they have a UFO defense-type force. I've forgotten the exact name of it, but that's all those guys do. And little tiny Belgium doesn't make any bones about it. They say, this is a problem, and we're dealing with it.
I gotta check that out. That sounds very... I remember hearing about it, but I actually haven't followed up on it, so I have to look into that further. That sounds fascinating.
Yeah, it is. It's quite interesting.
Yeah.
The Russians talk about it. the black flying triangles that,
Yeah.
millions of people have seen all over the world.
Yeah.
I mean, in broad daylight, this isn't one of those nighttime light in the sky deals.
Sure.
They're forbidden by government order to talk about this in the UK, in England.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually against the Secrets Act for anybody in the media to show any pictures of it or discuss it or talk about any black flying triangles. And the reason is because we built them. Some of them were built at Lockheed.
Yeah.
Here in the United States.
Yeah.
And they've been upgrading the technology on it. It's been through several different versions of it. But
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, Ted, we have to finish off this segment. I would love to continue and certainly want to dive into the topic of speaking about the moon and just continue this conversation because it's fascinating. But in the last minute here, tell people how they can get your book and support your work, and tell them about your website also.
Okay. They can get the book by going to www.bookonmars.info, and all the information's there, the reviews are there, sample pictures and so forth, and the proceeds from the book do help to support the website and the work, because you won't find banners on our website.
Yeah, yeah.
We ask that folks maybe help out on that.
Yep.
At the same time, they'll get some really important information that we're trying to preserve. So
yeah,
that would help.
Excellent. So it's Data for Science. That's the digit for dataforscience.net. Check that out and support Ted's work. And we will take a short break, and we will be right back. We are going to continue our conversation with Ted in our subscriber section, and we'll get into some fascinating stuff about the moon and the sun. We'll also talk about the Star Wars program, peak oil, alien abduction, mind control, gravity and time, and a whole lot more. So don't miss this continuation of this fascinating program with Ted. If you're not a subscriber, do consider signing up with us. We need your help and support, and of course you'll get access to our growing archive of wonderful subscriber interviews. Thank you all for listening to today's program. Also thanks to producer and technician Fredrik Palmgren, and of course a big thanks to all of you wonderful subscribers out there. We will talk more now with Ted in the subscriber section. So for now, this is Henrik Palmgren signing off. Take it easy and take care.
7, 6, commencing countdown, engines on. 3, 2, check ignition, and may God's love be with you. This is